Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies, and this is the Black Gold Pro Hunter HD 3-pin sight. So this is an adjustable sight that you can move up or down. It's got 3 pins. It comes in a 5-pin version as well. Now this is the Pro version. Now this customer sent this one back and said it's got a problem. So I'm going to show you what it is, and so basically we can have a look at it. Now the customer rings up and says, look, this has got a Pro pins and the Pro pins. Now he said, I want to talk to someone about this sight. Now unfortunately for me, I know nothing about it, and you're probably going to say, well, how do you not know anything about this sight? Because we have lots and lots of sites, and probably the chances are the customer knows more than we do because they do more research. But let's go and have a look. So this is how, so the customer sent it back, and I'm going to let you try and pick the problem because I can't see the problem. Okay, so it comes like that, a bit of foam which pops out, okay? So we're cool. Okay, now the Pro version here, this axis here, these little 2 screws on the sight bar, this allows you to do 3rd axis. So this allows you to move the housing here, so this bolts onto the bow here, allows you to move the housing backwards and forwards. The reason why you want to do that is if you're shooting 3D, straight up or straight down, that's what your 3rd axis is for, that's this way, so this way. The other axis is this way. So it's got adjustment. So you've got a locking screw on the side here to lock it down, and you've got a knob on the side for quick adjustment. Now with the 3-pin sight, for me it's always a bit confusing why you've got an adjustment here. So what you generally do, you put your tape on the side here. I haven't checked if the tape came back, but you put your tape along here, or you put a bit of paper along the side here and then mark your sight settings. Now what I would do, I'd have this in a set position, and I'd have the pins at maybe 15, 30 and 45 meters, because that's going to cover the majority of my distance I'm going to shoot field with. So basically I wouldn't move this for a 3-pin. Now the reason I'd have movable would be, like, let's say I want to make a 60-meter shot, then I would have this set for a, I'd have this set on 15 meters, and I'd have this set here, and then I'd have a 60 meter sight setting. So I'd move it down and I'd use my top pin for 60, because it's the only thing I can think of to do with a 3-pin movable sight. There's many movable sights on the market. So now the main thing with Black and Gold is this sight pin here, this sight cage here. What this allows it to do, you can see it's getting darker outside. It's not very light today and I'm in the shade, but you can see it's getting dark purple. So it's reducing the amount of light into the fiber optic pins. So you can see the fiber optic pins here, and I'll try and zoom in. There. You can see that hopefully they're kind of not as bright, because if it gets too bright they'll be starry and you get blinded. So that's the advantage of the Black Gold system. It's all metal. Your 3rd axis adjustments there, you can move your block up and down here. You've got multiple positions here to put your sight screws in. Now one thing, when the sight came back, they didn't come back with sight screws, and the customer said he didn't get them when he got sent, which I find it amazing. I've never seen a sight come without sight screws, but this is what you deal with. Right, so the problem. I'm going to zoom up as well as I can. Let's try and zoom up even further so you can see. There. So the customer claims there's a problem. So he says that the 3rd pin, the bottom one there, is out to, I'll try and hold it square, it's out to the right more, and he says the bottom pin is square and the other pins are round. I can't tell the difference, so I'm just going to zoom back. I can't tell the difference between them. There's the back of the sight thing there. I can't tell the difference between any of them. So he wasn't very happy when he got it, so he complained a lot. So we had to pay for the sight to come back to us, and then we sent him a 5-pin sight. So seeing the sight up close, I don't know I don't know what he's talking about. The pins all look identical to me. I can't see the difference. They look like a good pin. Maybe you can spot the difference, and maybe you're no more than me. Now, my thing is, when it comes to sight, when I do my reviews, I generally do this reviews with a cheap $20 sight, and I normally shoot, sometimes I shoot pretty amazing with them, and it's a basic $20 sight. This is an amazing sight. It's got all the micro adjustments. It's all machined. It's long lasting. It runs on a friction system here, which is similar to your Axel system. The sight sells for about $330 in Australia. Like, to me, it's pretty good value. It's not micro adjustment. The pins are not micro adjustment up and down. You don't really have micro adjustment here, so it's not a click system. It's really so set up for a hunter, a 3D shooter. So you'd set up 3 pins for the 15, 30, 45, and that's what you'd shoot it at. And then if you're on a deer and the deer's at 60, you'd wind it down and be able to take a shot. That's the way I think you'd use this sight. It's high quality and the price point's pretty good in my opinion. Now, I'm just gonna go, I cannot see the difference. The pins all look in the same line to me. I don't understand how one pin can be different than the other pins. They look all identical to me. I wish I could zoom in further, but they all look identical to me. Now, I'm going to say, like, if it had been a customer who orders a lot of stuff off me all the time, which is, you know, what most of my customers are, then I'd just be like, well, I wear the cost, right? But when I get stuff like this, it's always the customer has never ordered off me before. And so he's got a problem with this sight pin here. The screws didn't come with it, and, you know, demanding I pay for the return postage, which maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I did, but I would say I probably shouldn't, because then I've lost any profit at all on this. Now, my problem is I don't see what's wrong with it. I can't see what's wrong with it, and I think you would shoot fine with this sight. So I don't understand fiber optics not being round, because all fiber optics are round. So anyway, it is what it is. Some people are some people. I'm not having to go at this customer because I don't even know who he is. But when he sent me the photo, I couldn't see the difference, and I can't see it in real life, the difference. So I'm just showing you because it's like, there you are. There's the site. I think the site's a good site. I think it's a good site, and I think the price point's good on the market. It's a bugger I don't have the sight screws back, because it needs to be a parallel sight screw. So basically I don't know what to do with this now, because it's come back with the bits missing. I'll probably put it on the market second hand for sale and say missing the bolt-on screws. Okay, so I'm here on the wall where all my black gold sights are. So just to prove a point, I got 5 of these in when the shipment came in. That all of them have the little screws in a little plastic pack. So it is possible that the customer was sent one without a little plastic pack, but the chances of it occurring, like of all the black gold sights there, and there's probably 50, 60, there's none without screws. There's none. So there's none there without the screws. I did check them all. So the chances of it occurring mathematically, of you not getting little screws, are just minute. So, and again, when I have these problems, it's always first time customers. I never have a problem with a customer who orders lots off us. It's a really weird thing. When I have a problem, I'm always like, how many times has this customer ordered of us? And I go, look, never do I have it with customers who order lots, ever. Like, and you know, like, they never lose parcels. The customers who order lots of stuff, they never get lost. It's always the first time customer, the bow goes missing or this goes missing. It's yeah, anyway, it's what it is in retail. So, and it's not the fun part, it's the it's the bits. Anyway, that's it. So anyway, I've been through all the sites. None of them are missing the screws, and we do normally check that. It is possible that they were missed, and it's possible that somehow those screws came out, but just very, very unlikely. Anyway, I'm Stephen Hand. That's the Black Gold site. I think Black Gold make nice products, but just bear in mind, like, some people worry a lot about stuff. It gets back to the archer, and I say it in every video, it gets back to the archer. How much you shoot. This guy might be the greatest archer in Australia. He may be. I very much doubt it. I'm not having a go at him, and I probably sound like I am. If you're worried about this sight pin, you're not worried enough about your form, you're not worried enough about your shooting, because shooting is everything. Being under pressure, if you're shooting a deer and you're under pressure, that's the bit you've got to worry about. You got to worry about your form, everything else. But this is just my experience with selling gear for 40 years. People who worry about that pin being not round, apparently. I'll try and zoom in, but that's probably as good as I can get it. I don't know. Looks fine. Anyway, Black Gold site. Thank you. Bye.